The Enzo now has a ski rack on the top. And I am going to be driving my favourite car.
Wow, look at this scenery. 7,500 RPM.
No. Hi guys, I'm Shmee. Hello and good morning to you, where I am currently in Italy. We've been skiing this morning. We're in Cortina. It's been an amazing day so far, but now it is time for some car fun. So I'm out here with Greg B, and naturally the Ferrari GTC4Lusso, the perfect winter car, is daily out here. It's absolutely filthy. That's how it should be. But we're also joined by the Ferrari F12tdf. We've seen this car before. I've taken it out for a drive. Amazing machine. He's got winter tyres on it, and well, just look at that against the snow. But that is not it. Thanks to Rosso Corsa, we also have two other cars from the collection out here in Cortina right now. The F50 and the Enzo, the two Giallo Ferraris here in the snow. This is basically my favourite car in the world. That, well, it doesn't need many words for an introduction. And we're going to take these cars out for a little drive today. The four Ferraris, 48 cylinders of V12s. This is going to be mega. I'm excited for the day ahead. Before we get underway and go out for a drive, let's just take a look at Greg's lineup of cars that we have right here and start talking about them, and especially the engines, because this is all about the Ferrari V12 right now. The GTC4Lusso V12 version rather than the V8, 690 horsepower, 6.3 litre V12. Similar block in the TDF, 780 horsepower. From that, of course, the Lusso is all-wheel drive. TDF, it's all at the back. These two, obviously, the hypercars from Ferrari, their most special cars of the time. From the mid-90s, the F50. This is a car that I've shown on the channel twice before now. It is basically my favourite out there. 349 of them, a 4.7 litre naturally aspirated V12. They're all naturally aspirated, but an engine that was developed for motorsport, of course. About 520 horsepower, not necessarily the most by modern day standards, but it's just, I guess, the icon of my era. Then the newer car, the Enzo, named after Enzo Ferrari himself, 6 litre V12, 660 horsepower, 400 of them built in total, and just this as a lineup here in the snow. This is absurd and completely and totally unusual. And well, I think we're going to go for a little drive shortly and make a symphony through the hills, but heavenly. So the first thing, we're moving the Lusso out of the way because we have a nice empty snow area here as the TDF starts up. That engine sound is so good. So fun and frolics about to commence. F12tdf on ice. Slow motion or what? Turns out it's kind of slippy here, even with winter tyres on the TDF. Sounds good though. This is the best thing about snow. It's so easy, just in an empty space, to let a car slide around a bit. Like that. It's my turn to have a go in the TDF. So let's see how this is going to go. We've currently got it in CT off, which is probably the right mode for these conditions right now. First gear, handbrake off, and right in front of us, just point the camera this way, have a look. We've got all the cars there, but we're just gonna do this and go sliding. Woohoo! Super slow-mo. Okay, done donuts in an F12tdf. Thank you, Greg. This is awesome. Oh yes, that start is epic. So obviously this car is on summer tyres. They've been brought up here just for the day, these two, from Rosso Corsa in Milan. It turns out that it's really hard to drive an Enzo on snow, or ice as it is. The sound is just mega though. Well, this has just happened. The Enzo now has a ski rack on the top. That is the perfect ski weapon mobile to go to the mountains and then drive around. Although don't get stuck on the icy stuff, you might have a problem. Anyway, we're now going to set off for a little drive. So the Enzo is going to be in front of me and I am going to be driving my favourite car, the Ferrari F50. So I've set up my cameras, we'll jump in. This is going to be an epic convoy driving in this car, and it's got the hard top on the roof now. So the last time I drove it, we had it open, of course, but you can have a soft top system, or for winter, drive it with the fixed roof on the top. But this really was, it's the car. It's incredible. This is it. This is the dream moment. Bashing my feet off from the snow, of course. But here we are, back inside my favourite car. Harnesses, I'm going to be buckled up properly in here. Did the door before, because if you don't have your harnesses, then you can't reach the door, which is always a total disaster. This is it feels so immensely cool being in this car. I didn't do that very well, did I? Let's loosen these slightly, just so I can actually get them clicked in. And the other one, harnesses, always the most awkward thing to do. There we go. Click. Come on, click. Okay, I'm in. I'm harnessed in to the F50. Completely messed this up. It's almost like this nervous anticipation to not get anything wrong, and then I go ahead and get everything wrong. This car, over 500 horsepower, rear wheel drive, flat rear tyres, gated manual gearbox, just the thickest feeling thing ever. And I mean, the first car I remember having on a poster off was a red F50. This is obviously a yellow F50, but that's my preference. I think especially in the snow, like here, giallo is just gorgeous. Excited is an understatement, and we've not even moved. Here we go then, people. Lift system up, of course, given that we're driving over this terrain, but I'm not gonna lie, this is almost bringing a tear to my eye. What's happening right now? Sliding the F50. Oh my God, I've power slid an F50, even if it was only at like 5 miles an hour, if that. Oh, around we go. This is pure ice. We got a bit stuck here. That wasn't meant to happen, so I'm going to go out the main entrance to the car park rather than trying to get up that steep hill that those guys are attempting, because, well, I don't want to risk sliding into a car or into a barrier or into anything in this thing. So this has been nicely salted and it's much smoother, so we can definitely get out here. Yeah, this is better. This is much more doable than where they are. So do we have the lift up? I can't see the screen. Now we do. Lift back down then, and we're away on the road. So it's very salty, which is of course not the best. But here we are, here are the cars. It's convoy time in an F50, following Greg's Enzo. Oh my gosh, with some other good friends as well. This is like perfection. We're about to drive under a ski lift in these cars, and by the way, obviously we took the ski rack off the Enzo because that didn't make sense to stay on there. But this is ridiculous. If you were on that ski lift right now, you would be watching these cars like, what is going on? The noise, the feel, the V12, listen to that! Oh my gosh, the shifter! I've driven this car before, and in fact, when I was with Greg, I drove the 288 GTO, the F40, the F50, the Enzo, back to back to back to back. What a day that was. This was my favourite on the day, and now I think I've died and gone to heaven. Oh, this is, if you can see my eyes, they're genuinely, I think, welling up. Oh, it's noisy, sorry, I've got the window down, but wow, 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 wow. Moving down to first, out into the sunshine. The sound, this is heaven. I've said that way too many times, I know, way too many times, but just take a look in front of me. There's a yellow Ferrari Enzo. In front of that there's a GTC4Lusso, which is an awesome car on its own. And behind me is the F12tdf. Honestly, if you can actually see my eyes, I'm basically on the brink of tears from emotions right now.
at this. Oh. When it comes to cars, this is it. This is it unbeatable? Wow, look at this scenery. Look at this valley. Look at this cars. Oh. Emotion overload. If you're that car coming the other way, imagine what you're thinking right now. The way the sunlight bounces off the giallo modular paintwork of the Enzo every time we come out of the shadows and into the sunshine again. I know it's a bit cliche because you see many videos on YouTube where the YouTuber says this was the best day of my life. But I think genuinely for car experiences and what I've done on YouTube, this day, could it ever be topped? Listening to this on a mountain pass? That sound, it's completely intoxicating, it's spine-tingling. It goes shivers through my whole body while we accelerate. Oh, don't want to miss a gear. We're overtaking the Enzo. But genuinely, I kid you not, the muscles in my cheeks are actually starting to ache from this non-stop ginormous smile. I don't think you can necessarily blame me. I've now got that view of the Enzo behind me. This is heavenly. And then you do this, and you keep doing this, and you keep doing this. 7,500 RPM! Oh my gosh! Oh! Literally! The next little part of this adventure is to slide around the Enzo. I'm actually currently drifting an F50 in slow motion around a Ferrari Enzo. This is genuinely legit happening in slow motion, admittedly, because it's on snow. But are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? I am being so careful, and I know this is crazy slow, but even with those two parked behind us over that side. You would think with winter tyres, this is going to be a bit easier. So we're in wet mode, we don't want any of that. We want CT off, that's how we enjoyed it last time. Into first gear, turn off automatic. Let's go. So this moves much more easily. Just get a feel for this quickly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I can tell you if my dad was here, he would be saying, this is a stupid idea, be careful. But I think, and I know I'm doing it the one-handed way, which is not necessarily the correct technique, I think I'm doing just fine here. Oh, fun and games. Right, let's go exploring.
How ridiculous is that? Just having fun there in the Lusso. On a big empty runway. This is my idea of après ski. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you give someone else the keys to a TDF. It ends up off the ice, and now it's a little bit beach, so we've got to work out how to get this out, although we might be able to use the Lusso to somehow help with that. So we're going to work this one out now. Look at how much clearance there is, though, when it's up. I went to sit in the F50 just to do some work, actually. I've been on my laptop in an F50. What an office. The sun's just disappeared behind the mountain there. The Lusso is shadowing me, but a truck, or tractor, sorry, has turned up to make this a bit easier. I should have gone in there, that would have been the quicker way to do this. So they're going to try and dig out the TDF. Let's come have a look at how this goes. Always carry your towing eye, you never know when it will be needed, but this beast of a tractor has massive chains, a lot of grip, but even that is struggling to pull the TDF out of this area. And I've just walked over there, by the way, and it's so much deeper than the bit we're on. This is runway, that's not. And you can't really see the difference at the side. It doesn't really change much. So hopefully this is gonna work. The car is wheel lift system up, but a little bit stuck here. Amusing photo though, that's not normal. The last of the sun is about to go and the tractor's just adjusting position to get a better pull on the car. Oh dear, this has gone very, very wrong. It's literally down on the snow, and like I said, I'm not gonna walk here by mistake, but it's sitting not in the best way, and you can see how deep that hole was where the wheels were, just ready to freewheel. Just whatever you do, guys, don't hit that on the car, please. And it's out, and that is one very snowy brake caliper in there, brake caliper and brake disc. We might need to get some of that out. This looks like it's been very buried. Of course, it's in neutral, so the wheels can roll. There is a lot of snow inside those arches down at the back. Well, car's out, it's all fine. All ready to go again, basically, but preferably not off to the side because it will get dark quite shortly, and that's going to be a complete and total pain. Thanks, tractor. Awesome, I love it. It's time for a little test. Rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, runway with snow, and he's probably going to pull away massively. I'm in the TDF, of course. Lusso next to us. But let's just see how big the difference is. So I'm going to pass this camera over there, and then it's going to be time to experience this. So we should probably have CT back on. I think that's probably the best. Manual, of course, just because then we get lots of revs. Are you ready over there? Yep. All right, so after the third beep. Oh no! He's away! I suppose that was basically what we thought would happen, but that was really fascinating actually to experience. I maybe would have done better with CT with it completely off. We'll have to try it in the other direction as well to experiment with this. We'll turn it fully off on our end. There we go. And as soon as he gets back here, we'll do it again. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. Traction control, you gotta be careful because that could have gone very wrong very quickly, but again, point proven. The Lusso with less power than this got away quicker. That was some rough ground, so we'll take it easy. That's probably where I've been doing my donuts earlier. Oh, TDF, I love you. F50 more though, but this, so much fun. That sound! Epic, 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 epic. And now, off goes the Lusso. Well, the Basher is clearing the runway, but it's sad times here because it is time to load up the two yellow cars into the truck. They're gonna head back to Rosso Corsa from here in Milan. But my word, this has been the most epic of fun. I don't even know at this stage what the best moment was. Just watching this, being with friends, having fun, driving in the F50, driving in the TDF, donutting around the freaking Enzo. So good, so much fun today. In goes the F50. Farewell for now, my friend. That will be lifted up and the Enzo will go underneath. The last bit of snow for the Enzo, and it will follow in. These cars are just so immensely cool. I don't want to get run over by an Enzo. Just seeing them being used with Greg's signature hippo on the side. That moves up so quickly. Crazy. Don't want to hit that on the roof. Then the Enzo goes in. The sound of this car is just mega. The deep, raw grumble. You need a properly wide truck to fit it in. But then, the two cars, locked and loaded. Well, with the cars being packaged away to go back to Milan, that basically brings us to an end of today's adventure. This has been awesome fun. Driving the F50 has been awesome fun. Driving the TDF has been awesome fun. Watching the TDF getting beached has been awesome fun. The whole day out here, thanks to Greg B, has just been epic. So we'll jump in now with these two and take those back towards Cortina. But the fun is not over from this trip to Italy. There is more to come, and if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to be subscribed. Make sure you click that bell button down below for instant notifications on what's coming next, and I guarantee you're not going to regret it. I'm looking forward to this. It's been an amazing day, probably one of the best ever. When it comes to things to do with cars, I can't think of much I could ever do that would beat today. Convoy, hypercars, donuts, snow, entertainment, storyline. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, but I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks again, guys. Thanks as always. I appreciate it an awful lot, and a big thanks to Greg for today. Wow, Instagram link down below. Go give him a follow. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Cheers.